G'day guys, this episode is brought to you by Kratzmann's RV Super Centre out of Burpengary.
Burpengary, mate.
Mate, motorhomes and caravans, they're the only destination you need to go to. You don't need them. For 40 years,
One-stop
they've been
shop.
selling. That's it. And you say to me, you want to tow a caravan somewhere? I just say go to Kratzmann. That's it. Now listen, don't miss, we're getting to the end of the year, financial year, so you've got roughly 21 days till this end of financial year sale is over. So pull your finger out. Go out to Burpengary. Give them a call. Kratzmann's Caravan. Tell them you love Kevie, you hate Dobbo, but you love inside ball.
Inside balls to go.
Inside balls to go. And look, they will look after you. They've got the biggest ever sale taking place at the moment, up to $20,000 of some new and used caravans and motorhomes. Not all of them, but there is up to 20 grand of them. Go out there, give them a call. Burpengary's a destination. Kratzmann's RV Super Centre out there at Burpengary. The best caravans, the best motorhomes. Mate, why would you shop anywhere else? Hello, welcome to Inside Ball. Kevie, Dobbo and our doormat producer Darcy. Round 15 is upon us. And
Don't be too hard on Darcy because he's going to be helping out because you're going to Perth next week, aren't
yeah,
you?
he's helping out. But I mean, you know,
And I tell me he's a mighty host too as well.
Mate.
A lot of experience on his own podcast.
he's a bench player.
He's not a bench
He's
player.
not a first
He's got his own
grader.
podcast,
He
mate.
plays in Reggie's and then comes on off the bench
Well, we'll
occasionally.
see how he goes.
So he'll be here next week. He will be here next week. Somebody did guess James Graham.
Have we got James Graham?
No.
No.
You will be
I'm
disappointed.
happy with Darcy, mate.
Yeah,
Well, I reckon we'll work well together. There you go.
Yeah, two nufties.
Not that we don't.
Two nufties.
Not that we don't.
Okay, let's get into it. DCE dropped. We talked about that on Monday, but the changes now. Munster, the captain. We now know that Liero will wear the 13, Carrigan to the bench. Nanai will wear the 16, and Capewell and Cotter are on the edges.
Right, the big two for me, Munster, the captain, love it.
Why?
Well, he doesn't lead with his words. Some captains lead with their words. He leads with his actions, mate. Munster will lead with his actions. Now, he'd be disappointed with his performance in game one. He didn't get his hands on the ball enough. Now, those forwards, the Queensland forwards, I'm sending a message to you. Pack your work gear in. You got to go to work. Physical. Got to be physical, boys. Let Munster and Dearden, if they do that, Munster and Dearden can get them home. But they got to be physical, our boys.
Can I ask you this? Would the analogy of Alan Langer as a captain be the same as Cam Munster, real larrikin off the field, but...
Well, he brings people together. That's what Alfie does. On the field and off the field, he brings people together.
That's what
It's one of
Munster
his great
reminds me
traits.
of, a real larrikin.
That's Munster. But he's got to, enjoy himself off the field, which he does. He's very, very, I'm not going to say casual, but he's a knockabout Aussie fella, right? He trains well and he plays well. That's what he does. So get him behind him. He'll lead you to victory, but you've got to get him behind him. You middle forwards, you do your job in there, and Munster will take care of the rest.
I like it. Okay.
Not happy with Pat Carrigan on the bench, though, Dobbo.
You don't like it?
I think he's a starter, mate, And Trent's a good player, I get that. But anyway, that's Billy's prerogative.
Nanai was their best as well. Obviously, clearly, Kevin, and you'll understand this, that second wave of physicality after 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that the punch that they were probably looking for?
That probably is. And we're all in behind Billy Slater. We want to see him win this game and then win the series in game 3, right? So, and it's the coach's prerogative to make these decisions. To be fair, we're not in and around the group, so we don't know exactly the pros and cons of this team and what Billy thinks will work best for Queensland. So behind you, Bill, we're in behind you. We trust you, mate. Get the job done. Everything will be fine. But there's some good... I think it's a better team. I know it's a better team, this one, than the one in game 1, and they'll need to be better as well because New South Wales have got some improvement in them as well, Dobbo. And that's the worrying thing with their halves. That's their first game together. They'll be better for game 2, but we can be a whole lot... I feel that there's more improvement in Queensland than New South Wales, and that's why I'm going to tip a Queensland win.
Can I ask you this? Talk to me about this one. We love Aaron Woods. We love him. Was he wrong in calling Billy Slater a grub?
I thought he overstood the mark, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so...
Overstood the mark. Billy played the football on the edge.
He was
right?
on the edge, mate. He
On the
sometimes
edge.
crossed over the edge.
Sometimes he did because that
to
was
bring
his
up
first-
something from
But,
20
mate,
years ago,
Billy
Johnny
Slater
Scan-
bringing the ball back, they wanted to belt the shit out of him.
Yeah.
So what's he going to do? Just lie down and say, yeah, you can do that, fellas?
Yeah.
Not a hope in hell.
Yeah.
fight. And he was a fighter, Billy.
Yeah, I don't know if Grubs are... I love Woodsy. I love Woodsy. I do like
but
Aaron
our mate
Woods.
James Graham bit him.
Yeah, I know. He fanged him in the grand final. I know,
I was
fangs.
at the Melbourne Storm in that team, and he bit him.
Yeah, well...
So Billy gets
and
under
was
the skin
unapologetic.
because he's a good player and he makes things happen.
But he's not a grub. I don't think he's a grub.
Over the top.
That's
Woodsy, and we like Woodsy as well.
Woodsy's a great mate of ours.
He's just trying to incite Origin and lift and bring some emotion to the game. Which
do you think he's done that?
I certainly has, yeah.
I think he has as well.
Those Queensland players will get behind their coach.
Yeah. Lenu,
100%.
is he villain number one though? Like he's come out today, he's put himself on a media ban. It pisses me off, these media bans.
Who's on the media ban?
Lenu and Latrell, both on media bans.
Well, they do that. They did that last time, mate. It worked for them. So I know we've had this argument about, but understand what New South Wales fans want to see. They want to see those two players at their very best, on Wednesday night. Right?
We're not going to argue about this again.
No.
Don't take the money then. If you put yourself on a media ban, you don't collect your money at the end. You get paid by the fans. TV rights, people watching the game.
Yeah.
That is it. Don't bullshit, that's good for them. No. You get off it is so wrong that the NRL allow them to do it. It is just absolutely a dog with fleas. Okay. I don't like it. Anyway, that's my rant on that. Let's get into what is a huge game, and this weekend is massive because round 14 has a lot to answer. Can I start, because the Broncos have got a bye? Oh, geez, I'm in a mood now. What the hell? You're a Broncos player. You won... How many premierships? 5 of them? 5 at the 5 of the Bronx.
Just the 5.
What does the Broncos logo mean to you?
Oh, it means everything, mate. Everything. And they've changed the logo a couple of times in
Twice. It's been changed twice.
Twice in 30 odd years.
In 30 years. So they had the original Bronco on the Powers jersey. They've changed to the current one now.
Yeah.
And
which I like the current one. I think it looks good on there. It looks like it's a powerful beast, like a powerful animal. It looks like a winning animal.
This could be a really unpopular take, but the Broncos have absolutely fucked it up. And I don't like swearing, but I can tell you now.
We got a bleeper?
No, I'm serious about this. They've got a new brand coming out. They've rebranded their logo. They've made it look like a shield with some sort of
this has been happening for some time, Dobbo.
Yeah, but mate, why?
I don't know why.
Why do you need to do it? Like, I spoke to a former player today, and he said, I gave blood for that jersey. I won a premiership for that jersey and that logo. Why would they want to change it? Like, that is... I mean, do the St. George Illawarra Dragons, do they change the dragon?
No.
Wouldn't
be brave enough to.
Wouldn't do it. You just don't do it.
It doesn't make sense to me, right? But I've got to be careful what I say.
Okay, but you can talk as a former player about what that brand, what that means to you and how much you want to see that there. That I'm not talking about whatever. You're a former premiership captain and player.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just a fan. Nothing more.
Yeah, but
and I don't like it, so I can't imagine.
We don't get a voice on those decisions. So
there would be a lot of money wasted and spent.
You're wasting your energy on this because it's not going to change, mate. It's done. The logo's done.
So. Well, it's rotten to the core. I don't like it, and I love the Broncos. I'm a Broncos member. I'm a paid Broncos member, and I absolutely hate it. Can you let us know honestly? If you won't comment, I want people to comment. We're going to get this. We'll get this up on our Instagram page, InsideBall_podcast, right? And you tell us what you think of the logo. I'm a Broncos member, so I think that.
Well, I'm a member too because I've got paying tickets. I paid for 2 tickets
every year.
2 as a life member, but also buy 2. So.
I don't like it. We'd love to hear what your take is on it. And as you say, Kev, it's done. It's over with. Like, it's done. All right, there's my rant. Sorry about
Dobbo's
that.
rant. We need a sponsor for Dobbo's rant.
Yeah,
right.
Well, we're happy to do it. I'm happy to do it. Sharky's take on the Dragons. This is
what about
game
your mates
tonight.
at Ariat? They can tip in some money.
Well, when you call it Ariat, they won't be. It's Ariat.
Oh, well,
anyway. No. You are Ariat. Pete and Terry. It's Ariat.
Dobbo, what are your mates at Ariat? Why don't they do something about? They dig into the coffers, mate.
Yeah, Pete and Terry, we are talking to them. Let's get into the game. Sharky's take on the Dragons. This is an important game.
For both teams, Dobbo. Sharks, they need to win. They're both last start losers, right?
Big
Sharks.
One had 40 put on them, one had 50 put on them.
Right.
So let's try and get through it. Now, this is normally a Shire battle. It's a Thursday night game. Christian Tuapoloto out Sloan in.
Yeah.
Val out.
Corey Allen's come into the centres. So
Yeah. Iro out for the Sharkies, but
they get
Ronaldo Mulatalo back, and they got Sione Katoa there. I think the Sharks win this one, Kev.
I do at home, particularly the Sharks at home. But gee, their form, both teams, their form has just been so inconsistent.
Yeah.
And that we're all waiting for the Sharks to, they had a good win over the Storm a few weeks back now, and also
Can we stop with that? Like, I'm sorry.
Well, that was
a month
couple
ago
of
they
weeks
beat the
Was that
Melbourne Storm. A month ago they beat the Melbourne Storm. Then they had a bye,
Yeah.
right? And then they go to the Roosters, 40 put on them. Firstly, they go to, Roosters put 40 on them. Then last week the Warriors put 40 on them.
Right.
Let's stop hanging on. They beat the Melbourne Storm in an anomaly 4 weeks ago.
Right.
Everybody's using that. Let's just call it. They've had 84 points put on them in 2 games.
Well, that's not good.
They got some dramas.
Okay, I get it. Right.
Okay.
Are you okay today?
No, I'm angry. I'm stirred up about this fucking brand. Anyway.
Stirred up. Right, look, I think the Sharks will win. The Dragons will. Well, Shane Flanagan, after last week in the presser, he said, "How are you going to treat the week? What are you going to say about this to your players?" And he said, "You leave that to me. That's my. I'll fix that." So they would have been in for a rough old week. So they'll be up for it. But I just think the Sharks at home. Surely they're going to. They're not. There's no interruption for Origin for the Sharks. They got no one missing.
Yeah. Well, that's.
Can you believe not one Sharks player is playing Origin?
Not this year
They've
anyway.
got a few internationals.
Yeah, sure.
From New Zealand and the like.
Fanil Blake and a few of them. We've all played internationals. Okay, Titans. So we're both tipping Cronulla.
Yeah, definitely.
Last night I was lucky enough to call that Roosters Canberra game, and the one thing that you see at Allianz Stadium is the big Swyftx sign.
Oh, how good.
Swyftx are a partner of the NRL, and guess what? They're now a partner of Inside Ball. I'll tell you what, NRL, Inside Ball, Swyftx, it all works as one. They've got over 450 cryptos on their platform.
Yeah, well, I'm a partner of
Swyftx now.
Yeah, I am.
You joined up?
I joined up, brother.
Good on you. And Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, it's all there. One thing Swyftx is the place to buy, sell, and learn about crypto.
I'm learning every day, Dobbo.
It's unlike you. You're not a very fast learner.
I'm a good learner, mate.
Oh, you are. Sorry, you are. Swyftx is the place to go to. Join 850,000 Aussies and kick off your crypto journey today. It's that easy with Swyftx. And you know what? If you join today, $20. $20 a Bitcoin for a listing. I'll tell you now, and Bitcoin has been going like a rocket at the moment. I don't want to get into too technical. No. But if you're an Inside Ball listener and you join Swyftx, $20 of Bitcoin straight to you. Offers valid for new customers only, so if you've been a little sneaky...
Don't try and be sneaky. But get a mate to join.
New clients, the link is in the show notes. It's as simple as that. Swyftx, they're not only partners of the NRL, they're partners of Inside Ball, and Kevie and I love Swyftx. We love crypto, and guess what? We're thankful to be a part of their journey, and they can be a part of yours. Titans take on the Seagulls, please. I mean... No Tino, no Mo.
Can they get up for this, the Titans?
No.
For Desi?
Daly Cherry Evans is playing against his former coach.
Yep.
Daly Cherry Evans has a point to prove. Tommy Turbo back. I'm telling you now, it could get ugly on the coast on Friday night.
Now, I've got a bit of a soft spot for DC. I've got a photo, and I'll send it to Dar so I can put it up. So when DC made his debut for Queensland, I presented him with his number 14 jersey.
Yeah, right.
This was in 2014, I think, 2013, 2014. And then I was also the coach when he became captain of Queensland. So I got a lot of love for DCE, and it's a big call to leave him out of the Origin side. But that's the coach's call, right?
Yep.
And we all got to live with that. But there's always a rainbow somewhere, and I always look for rainbows. He's playing for Manly. He can now focus on his season at Manly, and so can Turbo Tom. So the both of them back, that would have been something that they wouldn't have expected.
Oh, I think they win
it. There you go, Manly. Make something of this. You've been given an opportunity with those two. They're two of the best players in the game. They're available through Origin.
Yeah.
So Manly boys, get it on. Here's your chance to fire up your season. Get it on.
Roosters over the Knights.
Roosters. Look, they're depth.
All day.
Roosters' depth is amazing.
Sam Walker back.
Walker is
Queensland.
back. Welcome
Ipswich
back, Sammy. It's great to see you, mate.
Did you like the Sandon Smith? And
Walker's on. Walker's on. Let's just say that.
Did you like Savala or Sandon Smith?
Either one. That's the luxury that they have at the moment. Great depth. They got really good depth. And at the start of the year, when the Broncos belted them by 50, everyone, including myself, thought, Roosters. But look at them now. I mean, they're not in the 8.
They're 12th, but they're equal
missing
7th.
5 players from Origin this week.
Yeah. No, they're going to be all right. They're going to go all right. I love Blake Steep. I love Feketi. I love Nafahu White.
Yep.
I think they've got Billy Smith's been unbelievable. Tedesco, Nwanga Nituase, they're a very, very good side, and I think they beat the
And
Knights.
Sam Walker dropping into that side.
Mate, huge.
I didn't see much of him. How was he?
Yeah, very good. I watched his cup game. Very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Righto.
We'll
go well, Sammy. We
Yeah.
love to see. We love these good young players.
Yeah, he's an Ipswich local, mate. He's
Yeah, I know.
4305, like you
played
and
with
I.
all three of his uncles, mate, at the
Really?
Broncos. So there's a strong affiliation there with the Walkers. Walkers on. Did I say that, Dobbo?
Who was the mad? Chris, Ben, Shane. That's the like for madness.
Yes.
Chris by daylight.
Yeah.
Ben, and a long way at bottom, Shane. Luke, who's got the best pool paving business in Australia.
Right. Well, maybe Luke. Luke, do you want to be a sponsor of the show, mate?
He could, mate. Walker Paving, unbelievable.
There you go.
Mate, he's another one, but he's just calm. Cowboys, Dolphins. There is some changes there.
Some big outs for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But two big ins. Tom Lolo's in, and Murray Talangi's is
Reece
in.
Robson goes to New South Wales.
Yeah. Dobson.
Then you've got Dearden.
Dearden's in.
You've also got Nanai's in the Origin side. So I mean, Cotter. So I mean,
they've got two suspended too.
Yeah, they're in some trouble. I think the Dolphins win this one. Can I just say to the Dolphins, Max Plath gone for the season, Saifidi gone for the season, Gilbert gone for the season, and Flegler not there all year. Any other team that loses, they're all of Origin ilk.
Yeah.
And mate,
they're
still rolling.
They're still swimming, the Dolphins.
Lot said about that club.
In deep water, yeah, that's that.
Imagine if the Bronx had their 4 stars out.
Yeah, well, not just the Broncos, most teams.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is...
their start to the year was pretty poor, though.
Yeah, they lost the first 4.
Yeah.
But they've won 6 of the last 8.
6 of their last 8.
So they're not going too badly.
They're going good, right?
Yeah.
They're in the 8.
I'm going to back them. I think they beat the Cows. On the road, Herbie Farmworth, go you good thing.
Yeah, the Dolphins, I'll go with you. I don't normally go against you, so I'll go with you.
Dogs take on the Rabbitohs. I'm calling this game. This is from Accor Stadium. I can't see the Bulldogs getting beaten. Jakey Turpin, another Ipswich local. He's on number 14. We love the Terps.
Yeah,
mate, Tony Turpin, one of the great trotting horse trainers as well. We love Tone. He's a good man.
Maybe we should get him to do our
mate, he's a guru with harness racing.
Is he?
Mate, if you want good tips, ring Tony Turpin.
Righto. Now, the Bulldogs have got 5 out for Origin too, haven't they?
Yeah.
But Lockie Galvin comes back in the 6th jumper.
Galvin and Sexton of the halves. I like this. What do you think of that? I mean, mate, Hayward starts off the bench. They should get it done.
Well, the Rabbitohs, they got beaten last week, didn't they?
Yeah, and they got no Latrell, no Campbell Graham.
No, Campbell Graham
is out. He won't play.
He's named in the list, but
he won't play.
Right, okay. Jai Gray back in at fullback for Latrell, so that sort of swings a little bit towards the Rabbitohs, but the Bulldogs, really strong depth, good squad, and they'll need that, this weekend, which they'll show. And of course, Lachlan Galvin coming into that 6. Well, not many teams in the competition lose an Origin 5'8" and get a player of that calibre dropping back into the side. So,
is he your Kratzmann player on the move for round 15?
Who?
Lachlan Galvin?
Jai Gray's on the move.
Jai Gray's on the move.
Opportunity.
He got another one.
Out. We're going to stick to the Queenslanders because Kratzmann
Caravans
are a Queensland company, mate.
So our Kratzmann's Caravan player on the move is
Jai Gray,
former Bronco, Southport College educator Jai Gray, who'll be playing fullback because Latrell Mitchell's out. He's a good footballer.
He's a good footballer.
Yeah, he's a real good footballer. Do you remember him as a kid?
Yeah, I do. Watching him in I think it was the under-18s, Mel Meninga grand final. He was playing for South.
Yeah.
There's a couple of Bronco kids in that as well. He was already signed at South Sydney in that. I remember his headgear, and he used to just play, just having some fun. Yeah, so and he's continued that pathway into the NRL. So
all right,
well done to Jai. He's going well.
So our tips for the week.
Right,
our tip now.
This is in your hand. I'm passing it back to you.
Oh, that's
well, mate. I've had 14 cracks at it and got absolutely nothing.
Okay, preview here. It's a short week. Now I said earlier, just write this down. Dolphins to win in North Queensland.
Right.
Herbert Farmworth, one of the best centre in the game at the moment, bar Stephen Crichton.
No, he's...
Come on.
Well, one's the left centre and one's the right centre, right? So there's...
Well, they're both on equal. Herbie Farmworth to score.
Yep.
Captain of the Cowboys, Scotty Drinkwater score as well. So I'm going to tell you this now.
Is he the new captain,
He's the captain this week. Drinkwater captain.
Drinky.
So I'm going to say, there you go. I reckon you're going to get about
So you got a
$9
three-leg
for it.
multi.
3-leg multi. Dolphins, anytime try score a Herbie Farnworth, anytime try score a Scott Drinkwater.
Right. I don't mind that.
Yeah. Now, next week, we've got a big week. I am in Perth. We've got a bloke stepping in who's a novice, so we don't want any abuse. We just want you to look after him. And just, Kevie, you're going to have to lift.
Yep.
You're going to have to lift next week.
I've got
all right?
our man Das, I've got him.
You just look after him because he's challenged. But we will have content for you from over in
You're
Perth.
going to Perth.
Going to Perth on Tuesday.
Right.
I'm away from Sunday and I won't be back till Thursday, so I'm going to miss all of next week. I am sorry, but you're in good hands with Kevie and the apprentice. Anyway, that's it from us here for the preview for round 15. Have a great weekend, and I hope if you're a Broncos fan, you get on our poll and you tell us what you think. Go to our Instagram page. Thank you to Kratzmann. Thank you to Swyftx, big parts and supporters of our show, and we'll see you again next week.